Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the City of Pigeon Forge, it is my honor to welcome each of you here to our Hometown Heroes program. Today we gather to recognize the brave men and women who have answered the call to serve our nation. Your courage, sacrifice to protecting our freedoms are the foundation of the American way of life. We can never fully repay you that debt. We can ensure your service is remembered and honored. This Hometown Heroes banners displayed throughout our city are a visible reminder that behind every name is a story of service, sacrifice, and definitely a love of country. We're proud to celebrate these heroes and the families who have served, supporting them every step of the way. To our veterans and active duty service members, thank you for your service, your sacrifice, and your example to the families and friends who stand beside. Thank you for your unwavering support. A special thank you to Marcia and her staff at Pigeon Forge Library for all your hard work in putting this together. Let's give her a round of applause. She didn't know I was going to do that, so thank you, Marcia. Appreciate it. Craig, thank you for being here tonight as well. Craig's doing a wonderful job for us as Public Information Officer. And our city manager's here too tonight, David Ware. And I don't know if any more of our commissioners are here tonight. I don't see any here, so. Okay, thank you all for being here this evening, and just thank you for allowing us the privilege of honoring our hometown heroes. May God bless each of you, our president, our military, the city of Pigeon Forge, and lastly, the United States of America. Please join me in welcoming Boy Scout Troop 211, 111, and Pack 111 as they present the colors, and let us stand together and honor America and all those who have served to protect the freedoms we enjoy. Color guard, attention. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, post the colors. Now, pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color guard, reform. Color guard, return to post. Color guard dismissed. At ease.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Navy Commander Mike Robison from the Pigeon Forge Military Honor Guard. I'm also its commander, and I'm here today on a recruiting mission. First of all, I would like to thank all of you and the City of Pigeon Forge for helping us get our start back in 2017. We greatly appreciated that to get us going, and the ongoing support you provide has helped us be the unit that we are. We have done 338 military funerals since 2017 when we got our start. Unfortunately, medical issues and time is diminishing our ranks. Our vice president, for example, is 83 years old. We lost 2 of our members earlier this year. And so I am here to ask any military veterans, first responders, firefighters, EMTs, or if you are related to a veteran, I ask you to please consider joining us. We can help those whose uniforms have been shrunk by the laundry over the years, and because we know that happens, those darn laundries. Anyway, also we will help you with that uniform. We will also, you get a reimbursement for your gas and uniform maintenance for every event that you do. So we greatly need your support. And I would like to point out that if you go back to the reception area, we will have one of these on each of the tables. Please take one with you. This has how to get in touch with us and some of the services we provide. So, and again, thank you to the mayor and to the city for helping us do what we do, is providing military honors to deceased veterans. Thank you.
Lord. Good evening, everybody. First, I want to thank you for being here. I especially want to thank the families that are all represented in this room. Tonight is really about you. In just a short time, the banners honoring your loved ones will be displayed throughout the city of Pigeon Forge. Thousands of residents and visitors will drive our streets and see the faces of brave people who answered the call to serve our nation. But before those banners are hung, before the public sees them, we want to take a few moments together with the people who made this project possible, the families. Because every veteran has a story. Every story has someone who has faithfully preserved it. Many of you searched through old photographs, you pulled out military records, you remember dates and places. Some of you shared memories that have been part of your family for generations. Others entrusted us with stories that had rarely been told outside of your own home. Thank you for trusting us with those memories. It's been an incredible privilege to read the biographies that were submitted. As I read through them, I realized that these weren't simply military records, they were family stories. I learned about young people leaving the mountains of Sevier County to serve in places with names many of us only know from history books, names like Normandy and Okinawa, Italy, Germany, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, and many more, and even some I couldn't pronounce. Every biography that I read spoke of courage, of sacrifice, of loss, of perseverance, but they also revealed something else. They told the stories of fathers, mothers, grandparents, farmers, teachers, business owners, police officers, firefighters, church members, and neighbors. People who came home and quietly built the community that we enjoy today. One thing that struck me was that history often remembers wars by dates and battles. We remember Pearl Harbor, D-Day, the Battle of the Bulge, Vietnam, Desert Storm, just to name a few. But families don't remember history that way. Families remember empty chairs at the dinner table, long months without letters, sleepless nights, homecomings, tears, reunions, and the day someone finally walked back through the front door. That's the difference these banners represent. They don't simply remember history, they remember people. Many of the veterans represented here never consider themselves heroes. In fact, many rarely talk about their service at all. They simply believe they were doing what their country asked them to do. One thing I learned while reading the biographies is that humility seems to be a common thread among our veterans. Some earned Bronze Stars, some received Purple Hearts, some endured being a prisoner of war, some fought in battles that changed the course of history. Yet when they returned home, they rarely introduced themselves by talking about medals or their military accomplishments. Instead, they became the kind of people that others could depend on. They raised their families, they worked hard, they served in their churches, they invested in their communities. The quiet humility may be one of the greatest lessons that they have left for us. As I read each biography, I found myself wondering what these men and women must have been thinking during those moments of uncertainty. What was going through their minds when they boarded a ship or climbed into an aircraft or crossed a battlefield and waited for news from home on those long nights. We know the outcome because history has already been written. They didn't. They simply answered a call and trusted God that whatever came next. One veteran out of this bunch of veterans that we're talking about tonight is especially personal to me, my own grandfather, George Morris Chappell. During World War II, he was captured during the Battle of the Bulge and he became a prisoner of war. My family's been very blessed that he kept a diary while he was a prisoner, and each entry in that diary was written to my grandmother, and I'd like to read a small excerpt from the diary for you. It's dated December 20th, 1944. It says, "Well, darling, yesterday was a day I will never forget. We moved in early in the morning and fought fiercely all day. I thought my number was up several times, but God was watching over me. By late afternoon, we were cut off from the rest of our outfit, and the enemy was on all sides of us. Men were being killed like flies. Our ammo was about gone, so our officers that were left decided to give up. Phil and I, with two more men and an officer, made a decision that was almost fatal for all of us, and one man did lose. We decided to slip back to our lines during the excitement of the surrender. They turned a burp gun on us, and we barely escaped, but ran into another bunch of Germans and had to give up. They marched us 10 miles back to the town they had taken. There was no place for us to sleep, so we stood up in a muddy field all night. We still haven't had anything to eat." My grandfather later escaped from the German prison camp. He received a Purple Heart for the injuries he sustained while he was a prisoner, and he also received a Bronze Star during his service. and he eventually came home to Sevier County. But growing up, I knew him as more than a decorated veteran. I knew him as granddaddy. I remember his kindness. I remember his quiet strength. I remember spending time with him. Like so many veterans of his generation, he rarely talked about the war. Instead, he quietly lived a life marked by humility, hard work, and a devotion to his family. Through his diary, I have come to understand just how much he had endured. But while this story is deeply personal to me, it also reminded me that every family here, represented in this room, has a story of its own. Maybe your veteran was a father, maybe a grandfather, maybe a husband, a wife, a brother, a sister, a son, or a daughter. To the rest of the world, they're a veteran. To you, they're family. That's what makes these banners so special. Children will ask, "Who is that?" Visitors will slow down and read the names. Families will point with pride. And for just a moment, someone who never had the opportunity to meet your loved one may stop and remember that freedom has always had a face. These banners aren't monuments made of stone. They're reminders. Reminders that the freedoms we often take for granted were protected by people whose names deserve to be remembered. Every time someone looks up, they'll be reminded that service, sacrifice, and love of country still matter. Tonight, before those banners are ever raised, I simply want to say thank you. Thank you to every veteran that's represented here. Thank you to every spouse who waited. Thank you to every child who shared their parent with our country. And thanks to each of you for allowing the City of Pigeon Forge to help preserve these stories. In the weeks ahead, thousands of people will pass beneath these banners. Most will never meet the families in this room. They won't know the conversations that you've shared, the sacrifices that you've witnessed, and the memories that you've carried for so many years. But because of your willingness to share these stories, they'll know something that matters. They'll know these weren't just names. They were parents, friends, neighbors, family. They were ordinary people who were willing to do extraordinary things when their country called. Tonight, we had the privilege of remembering something that should never be forgotten. Every banner represents a life. Every photograph represents a family. And every name represents a story. And every story reminds us that freedom always comes at a cost. Before I close, I'd like to share something that is very special to my family. This poem that I'm going to read was written by my mom's dad. My mom's here tonight. My grandfather, George Morris Chapel, that is on one of the banners. The poem is called "One Brief Moment." For one brief moment, a mother's love was mine. For one brief moment, childhood days divine. For one brief moment, I suffered the horror of war. For one brief moment, the peace I was fighting for. The love of a wife, children's love, time was swift and loose. Still I looked, searched, and wondered, just what is the truth? I climbed the mountain, I looked upon the sea, I held a rosebud in my hand while bending on my knee. The other hand was touched by God, I looked into eternity. The wonderful truth I was seeking was suddenly revealed to me. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you listening to me. I appreciate you coming out tonight. I'm excited for what y'all are getting to see, these banners. It's an incredible sight. They've got it set up so great for you guys. I would encourage you at this time to go to the fellowship hall and look at those and enjoy some of the refreshments that they've prepared for you. Thanks again.